What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I got your milk and cereal right here. I'm Leslie Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's domestically produced COVID-19 vaccine Medigen has received emergency use authorization in Paraguay after the unblinding of a clinical trial conducted in the South American country. The trial found that Medigen generated an average of 3.7 times as many neutralizing antibodies as the AstraZeneca vaccine, and there were no serious adverse reactions reported. So far, Paraguay and Taiwan are the only countries to have granted the Medigen vaccine emergency approval. However, it is accepted for travel to several other countries. Medigen is also being tested as part of the World Health Organization's Phase 3 Solidarity trial that could pave the way for wider approval for the vaccine. Medigen CEO Charles Chen says preliminary results from the trial could be unblinded by late March or early April, with the trial ending in the first half of this year. Beef and dairy produce from Lithuania could be coming to stores in Taiwan. China banned several imports from the European country last week, including beef, dairy, and beer. Beijing's decision comes after Lithuania allowed Taiwan to open a representative office under the name Taiwanese in its capital Vilnius last year. Lithuania has applied for these goods to be sold in Taiwan instead, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has received these requests.
外交部已经协助转达他们的需求给相关的主政机关，未来我们也将持续全力协助立陶宛应处中国的经济霸凌，共同捍卫国际贸易秩序的稳定。
Taiwan's status as one of the freest countries in Asia makes it a haven for dissident communities fearing persecution in authoritarian countries such as China. Among them is the local Tibetan community, which is holding a series of bike rides to commemorate the 63rd anniversary of the Tibetan uprising. Our partners at Radio Taiwan International have the story.
Cloaked in the Tibetan flag, these riders are part of a Cycling for a Free Tibet campaign leading up to the 63rd anniversary of Tibetan Uprising Day on March 10th. During the uprising, Tibetans came together in mass protests against China's military rule. But the rebellion was unsuccessful, and Beijing remains in control of the region over 70 years after its invasion. The campaign kicked off on February 9th. These riders braved the rain as they cycled from Taipei's 228 Peace Park to the legislature building for a press conference. They say their campaign is aimed at Chinese tourists and students in Taiwan. 4 more Cycling for a Free Tibet events are coming up in Taipei on February 16th and 23rd and March 2nd and 9th. Kaohsiung will host an event on March 6th, followed by Taichung on March 12th. Independent lawmaker Freddie Lim and new party power legislator Qiu Xianzi say they support Tibet's liberation. They are also calling on lawmakers to revise Taiwan's refugee policies so that people who are fleeing oppressive regimes can find a safe haven in Taiwan. As for the cycling campaign, these riders say they're willing to ride through rain or shine to spread their message across the country.
More than 1,000 sky lanterns were launched on Tuesday night in the northern town of Penghu. Bad weather and COVID-19 restrictions were not enough to keep people from celebrating the annual Lantern Festival. Rick Glauert brings us a first-person account.
It's Yuan Xiaojie, or Lantern Festival, the final day of Lunar New Year celebrations here in Taiwan. And we're in the hills above New Taipei City, where hundreds of people are gathering to watch more than 1,000 sky lanterns being set off. Sky lanterns date back centuries, and the slight drizzle and COVID-19 restrictions have not dampened tonight's festivities. People will write their auspicious greetings onto the sky lanterns and send them heavenwards to bring good luck for the year to come.
Although lanterns are an obvious part of the Lantern Festival, as Philip Brossard explains, there are some other unique ways of celebrating the holiday in Taiwan.
People usually run away from firecrackers, but here in the southern city of Tainan, the crowds put on raincoats and motorcycle helmets and get as close as they can. This is the Yanshui Beehive Fireworks Festival, a tradition that's been around for more than 100 years. But this year, the crowds are noticeably smaller than in the past.
以前是连让外国人啊什么，然后像这个时候，这个时间早上的时间，你就可以看看满街都是人。然后现在就人很清晰，那因为疫情暂时也没办法。
Traditionally, Crowds of people carry local deities through the streets on palanquins, but this year the procession was cancelled due to COVID.
无了紧个无迄个气氛啊，但是嘛是，咱是主要是对生命啦。
Believe it or not, the very first time this festival took place was also during an outbreak, not of COVID-19, but of cholera. And even though the global pandemic kept the crowds away this year, they've still set off around 2 million explosives, a call to the gods to sweep the virus away. In northern Taiwan, a very different way of celebrating the Lantern Festival. It's the cleansing of the harbor in Liao, New Taipei. A running jump, and the statue of a local deity is doused in the ocean.
那这可以说是传承100年的一个宗教的一个活动。
The purpose is to ward off evil and bring peace to the nation. As with people in other parts of Taiwan, the pandemic is not far from people's minds.
祈求疫情赶快退散，也希望台湾能够平安。
While the pandemic has certainly had an impact on Lantern Festival celebrations this year, one thing is for sure. The people of Taiwan are hoping the celebrations will have an even bigger impact on the pandemic. Rick E. and Philip Broussard for TaiwanPlus.
All right, so far we've got lanterns, firecrackers, deities jumping in the water. Well, in Taiwan's Penghu Islands, they're celebrating the Lantern Festival with some unusual turtles. Louise Watt reports.
A turtle made of gold bricks. On Penghu, the Lantern Festival is a chance to get creative. Temples make turtles for peace and good fortune, and people come to pray for blessings in the new lunar year.
在元宵节这段时间，它才是澎湖最热闹的一个时间。
People also come to ask the gods for answers using moon blocks. And if they fall in a particular formation, they get to take something home from this gold brick turtle.
这是我不会得到的金钻的米。
This year, turtles were made from rice and solar panels. One temple splashed out and made a turtle out of Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
红片菇呢枯燥乏味，所以它突发奇想，就用那个金沙龟代替那个红片菇。
Less extravagant but no less cute are these turtles made from brown sugar cakes and pineapple buns. Penghu's Lantern Festival celebrations are on all this week, and it's hoped that through the folk custom of praying to turtles, everyone will have a good year. Patrick Chen and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
A Kun Opera troupe in Taiwan is trying to change old stereotypes of the art form by putting on unconventional plays. Philip Broussard has this report.
This is Kun Opera, one of the oldest forms of Chinese opera and a UNESCO human heritage art.
是听我孩儿灵位的时机，不是。
Kun Opera is known for its sentimental love stories, but the Shui Mo troupe in Taiwan is trying to change that.
那这4出戏呢，没有一出有真正的爱情故事，就是主角呢都遇到了一些生命中的挫折，然后都非常的惊恐。
This particular play experiments with the line that separates reality from imagination.
花婆一面说故事要说的跟真的一样，然后呢一面要转过来告诉观众说，哎，你看他受骗了吧，他上当了吧，我成功了吧？对，所以就是这种真假之间还蛮有意思的，然后也是在目前昆曲舞台上很难得看到的一出戏。
With these plays, the Shui Mo Kun Opera troupe hopes to show audiences that there's nothing imaginary about the versatility of this ancient art form. Patrick Chen and Philip Broussard for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. I'm Leslie Liao. Finally, today we leave you with some pictures of the Lantern Festival in Taichung, Central Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. See you next time, and take care.